Thanks for joining us. We begin with some breaking news. Just within the last couple of hours, we've learned that University of Minnesota President Joan Gabel is stepping down to become chancellor at the University of Pittsburgh. In a letter to students, faculty, and staff, Gabel said serving as the U's president has been the greatest honor of her career. She said it was especially humbling to help navigate one of the most impactful and consequential chapters in the university's 170-year history, which spanned a global pandemic and a resounding call for social justice. The University of Pittsburgh said today that Gabel will be the first woman to lead that institution since its founding in 1787. Another big story we're following this noon. President Biden is expected to be landing in Minnesota within the next hour. Here he is boarding Air Force One in Delaware en route to the Twin Cities. He's visiting the Cummins Power Generation Facility in Fridley as part of his Investing in America tour. The goal, talking about how he says his economic agenda has helped our state. The White House says more than $2 billion of new investments have come to Minnesota since Biden took office. And that's been used to create more jobs, improve infrastructure, and create cleaner energy. This visit is part of a 3-week tour to more than 20 other states. And a heads up for you, if you're on the road this afternoon, you can expect some traffic delays in the Fridley area between now and 5 o'clock. Make sure to stay with KARE 11 all day for coverage of President Biden's visit online and on air on our news at KARE 11 at 4. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump is heading to New York ahead of his arraignment. Overnight, on his social media platform Truth Social, Trump announced his plans to leave at noon and then head to Trump Tower in New York, saying, quote, "On Tuesday, I will be going to, believe it or not, the courthouse. America was not supposed to be this way." Trump also says he's planning to speak at Mar-a-Lago Tuesday night after his arraignment. Trump was indicted last week by a New York grand jury for his alleged role in a hush money payment scandal involving an adult film star that dates back to his 2016 presidential election. He is the first former president in U.S. history to face criminal charges. At last check, there are still about 600 Xcel Energy customers without power after this weekend's storm. That is way down, of course, from the 280,000 at the height of the storm. Xcel says about 1,200 people have been working nonstop to restore power, and they've called in contractors from 10 different states. The company says the remaining outages in the West Metro will be restored in the next couple of hours, while the remaining East Metro outages will be restored by the early evening. Starting today, the Minnesota Department of Public Safety is cracking down on distracted driving. All this month, you'll see extra patrols looking for drivers on their phones or distracted in other ways. In 2022, preliminary numbers from the Minnesota State Patrol showed distracted driving contributed to 126 serious injuries and 22 deaths. Turning our attention to the weather now, Ben's in the backyard to talk a little bit about what we're expecting to see either today or the next couple of days.
Yeah, well, we were kind of dodging that proverbial bullet when it comes to heavy snow, wintry weather, and severe weather. Severe weather Tuesday well to our south over Iowa, those same areas that got hit earlier last week with the severe weather. And the heaviest snow is actually going to miss us to the north and west. Let's take a look at our radar satellite composite. Rather quiet, and we are seeing some filtered sunshine today, but the clouds will increase ahead of this next winter storm. And you can see blizzard warnings for both North and South Dakota, including parts of northwestern Minnesota. Twin Cities not included in any winter weather headlines, although if you head north and west from Alexandria to Wilmer to say St. Cloud and the Duluth area, that's where we're going to see some more of that wintry precipitation beginning by mid-morning tomorrow and lasting into tomorrow evening. This is today's forecast, 43 degrees, certainly cooler than yesterday and more clouds and sunshine. No accumulating snow here, but we might start off the day as a rain-snow mix before transitioning to all rain by Tuesday afternoon. Again, looks like a non-event as far as wintry precipitation goes here in the metro. We dry out totally by Thursday. Twins home opener is going to be dry but chilly with temperatures in the 30s. But look at that, by this weekend, not only 50s, but even a shot Rena at our first 60-degree reading. That would be Saturday and Sunday.
We will take it. Thank you, Ben.
Yep.
That's going to do it for now. We'll be back in about 30 minutes with more news and weather updates.